we are again. I still suck at intros. Woo! Alright. Alright, so we're here playing Dark Souls Remastered because I don't know what else to play at the moment. Gonna go with my real name, Maverick, obviously. Clearly a male. I think we're gonna... So, I don't know what kind of build I want to go for. I'm kind of swinging towards like a dexterity build, which usually means things like, you know, curved swords and, you know, light armor. So like I'll be really quick and zipping around and all that sort of shit. But I'm also kind of thinking maybe rock some pyromancies, so like flame spells and shit. But first things first, gotta go Captain Naked over here. Instead deprived. And realistically, I mean, your class doesn't really determine anything except for your starting level and stats. So, and at the end of the game, a lot of people just end up being some variation of guy with a shield. Like, regardless of what you pick. But, yeah, I'm gonna start with guy with nothing. Starts at level 6, has a nice flat canvas for stats, so I can mix and match whatever I want, really. So yeah, deprived. Starting gift is just basically an item that you start with. You can get most of these later on anyway, but the best one to start off with is the Master Key, because it's the hardest to get, and it also unlocks a lot of like things early on that you shouldn't be able to get to yet, so we're gonna go with that. Physique. Just go slip for it. These don't really matter. We're not going to be looking at our character too much anyway. Got a nice little mullet. Of course. I actually really don't like the mullet. I can't have that. Just go short. That'll work. Alright. Now, opening cutscene. Let's go. Let's do this.
In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight, and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty bolts peeled apart their stone scales. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death and disease. And Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side.
And just when you thought that was it for the opening cutscene, go into a load screen and watcha!
Yes, indeed. The dark sign brands the undead. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world. This is your fate.
Like how when my character stood up just then in that little scene there, how it made like the sound as if I was actually wearing armor. I'm just here butt naked. Alright, anyway, this is Dark Souls. Mattman looking like beef jerky. Ain't no thing but a chicken wing. That because it's useless. So you start off with nothing, as this character anyway. As other classes, you do start off with at least your armor. You don't actually start off with any like weapons. Back there. Also, that little ghost that you just seen there was actually another player. Occasionally, as you're wandering around, you'll see those like white ghosts, and that is actually another player playing this game right now, doing all that stuff, doing basically what we just did essentially. Good game, honestly. I like this game. I come back to it every now and then and get really fucking into it, and then I move on to something else. These are messages. The ones in this area are generally left by the that knight fellow that we've seen earlier on. But they are actually, a lot of them are from other players, and you get some really vulgar ones. It's great. Bonfires, essentially checkpoints, refills health and everything. All of our Estus flasks, which we'll be getting in a minute. Here's the thing, alright? If you don't want to spoil how to win this fight right now, look away. Or I can actually just try and fight him. But, essentially, just do that. That's the boss fight done. A lot of people try to fight it, and you can actually fight it. If you do fight it, like before you like go through this door here, you do get his weapon. But for the strength investment and like how long it's going to take you to actually be able to use it, it's not really worth doing. Shield while I'm running. So I can do just that good at this game. You should see some of the freaking PvP videos that I've seen of people though. Backstab. Backstabs deal a lot of damage. Let's see. Also two-handed weapon. Does more damage usually. Depending on what weapon it is. There are a lot of weapons, primarily dexterity weapons. The two-handed bonus from them isn't really that good.
I wish to ask something of you.
I really should have...
You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you?
Just restart this.
Yes. Please, I have not long now.
Can I talk to you again?
Please,
I'm sorry.
I have not long to live now.
Fuck. Sorry guys, I missed that. Basically just tells you that he's from a place and his family believes that, like, if you're undead like we are, then you are like basically like chosen by destiny. And obviously he's undead, so he's in the asylum and he's made his way over here to fulfill destiny. And get into that. A lot of this story is told like via the environment. Like, you don't get very many expositional jumps. Like there are NPCs that you can talk to here, but they don't really do much of the story. Like there's the crestfallen knight that we fight and see at Firelink once we get out of this. We're gonna try and parry this guy. I'm a dickhead. Ow. There we go. Parry and riposte does a lot more damage. Soldier armor. I don't really want to wear that because it's heavy. I want to keep myself light. I like to be light and easy breezy, beautiful. Cover girl. So yeah. Hello, Poppet. Got a bird of mouth. I didn't even dodge that, and I still doesn't matter. Just like that. I really don't need this shit. It's just ugly. Doesn't even protect properly from hits. Just dumb. And I should say as well, this is like, if anyone was looking for a blind run of Dark Souls 1, this isn't it. Like, I'm almost as far from a blind run as you could possibly get. I don't know everything about the game, but I've done my hours.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen.
You shall be naked.
To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
Giving me chills with that name. So, like, you know, out there, you know what I mean? Really took a lot of effort into that.
Well, what do we have here? You must be a new arrival.
Let me guess. Fate of the
Gave it away.
undead, right? Well, you're not the first. But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happened. Brilliant, right? Not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So, off you go. It is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead?
I like you. You're alright. Even though I usually kill I'm actually gonna adjust some of these sound settings. It actually does sound a little bit loud and I don't want to be talking over it and have you guys being like, what did he say? Actually up the dialogue a little bit. Keep the dialogue up so that way you can actually hear what's being said. Even though the music in this game, some of it's actually really nice. Like, I really like the ambience around here. It's a nice area. I'm going to do this. I don't know what I want to put it into just yet, but I'm thinking Dex. And the reason I want to get rid of my souls right now. Also, by the way, bottom right of the screen, that's where all my souls are. Ready? Just yet. Talk about that later. But first things first. This isn't usually how people would. Well, actually, what a pros. Whatever. Shut up. People don't. You're not supposed to go down this way first, but I do, and this is what's called the suicide runs. Basically, you skip a lot of the early game and go get stuff that you shouldn't technically have just yet. Like, normally, you wouldn't be able to get through this area for a little while yet, and you don't really have a need to come down here, because the boss that you fight in this area doesn't actually unlock for quite some time. So this is probably about a mid-game area, really. And I can kill all these little dickheads that are sitting around complaining at themselves. Do you have the stats for that? Sweet. So we've got an S stock. It's not a bad weapon, honestly. It's really long. It's a pokey sword. Transient curse. If I was going to fight the enemies here, I'd use that right now. But I'm not going to be fighting them. I'm just going to try to run past them for a specific item. Yeah, I can't actually, unless I pop that curse that I just picked up, I can't actually fight any of these enemies. Narrow ass bridge. Grab that. Turn around. Don't die, don't die, don't die. Now, they won't one-shot me, but they have a grab attack that would actually one-shot me. They grab and then just devour the very essence that is Mattman. Top right, top left rather, is health and stamina. I'm sure you've probably already gathered that. Stamina is very important in this game. Like, if you run out of stamina in a fight, then you're gonna be having a bad time. Obviously, I mean, you can't dodge roll, you can't attack properly. Actually, I don't even think you can attack at all. No, you can't. Yeah, see that? Master key. I should not be here for a long time yet. But here I am. Here's a conundrum I face. Do I... Actually, I'm going to grab these first, because the other stuff I can die and just back easily. The item that I got across that little narrow bridge, by the way, allows me to upgrade my Estus flask and makes it heal more. Like for each sip. are going to. Nothing sus. Fuck! Dodged at the wrong time. Woo! Death number 1. That's why they call this suicide runs. You can actually survive that. I do it relatively frequent. And I don't think I can be bothered going down and getting that other item. Because I don't really need it yet. My Estus is going to be filling my health up anyway. No response, she cannot speak. Reinforce Estus Flask. Use Firekeeper Soul to reinforce Estus Flask? Yes, I will. See? And down in the bottom left there, it has a little Estus Flask +1. Cute little +1. Alright, so that's one suicide run done. And I've said suicide so many times in this freaking video, I'm sure it'll probably get flagged if I upload it to YouTube, which I probably will. Gathering up some items, making the early game as fun as possible for you guys to watch at least. Yeah.
Hello there.
Fat
I
boy.
believe we are not acquainted. I am Petrus of Thoroland. Have you business with us? If not, I prefer to keep a distance, if possible.
Is it because I'm naked? It's because I'm naked, isn't it?
Hello there.
Fucking
I
racist.
realize that I have requested that we retain our distance. But I also want you to know that it is not meant in ill will. Here, take this, as a token of peace. No, go ahead. It's for you.
Talking to me like I'm a
right.
fucking idiot.
You again. Oh, I know.
Any more coins?
How about this? I have to await my companions here anyway. So what if I were to teach you some miracles? Would that please you? Very well.
Yes.
Then first, a covenant with the gods.
Yes. For I do not have a covenant yet.
Now let me share my... Only their ultimate effectiveness will be determined by your efforts and your faith.
No gesture. And that's all I wanted. Gesture, by the way. Let's switch that out. That was what was so important. Gestures. Love the gestures. Here's a nice little secret. Oh no, empty elevator shaft. Neck minute. What's this? The treasure trove. Homeward Burn 6. Those basically just... You use those to teleport yourself back to your last bonfire. Talisman and a Morning Star. Might actually equip that Morning Star. If I have the stats for it. Which I do. This thing causes bleed. I like bleed. It's good. Cracked red eye orbs. Use those to invade. But the cracked ones are one-time use. So, I won't be using those too often. Okay. Suicide run number 2. There's no point fighting these skeletons because I can't technically kill them. Like if I drop one, then it just reconfigures itself and then up it comes again. Just keep coming at me. To actually down them, you need to kill. Usually there's like a sorcerer type dude. Down there is a pair of binoculars, which I don't risk getting. Wing spear. Probably use that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's bad. Yeah. It's been a while since I've died in that one. That's painful. Alright. So can I equip that? Can I actually use that? I cannot. You need 13 strength and 15 dex. I point at the screen to show you where it is, but I'm sure you can see where the big red 13 and 15 is. Yeah, that's the stats that you need for it. On the param bonus, that's like how much bonus damage you're going to get out of the weapon for going over the required stats. So E is, I think, the lowest actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And C is obviously third from high, or fourth actually, because you can go to S. So yeah, it's a good dex weapon, essentially. That's what we get out of that. These are souls, collectible items which you can use to just munch on some souls. Get some extra leveling happening. I think there is actually another one of these that I can pick up. Used to be actually a glitch with these where you could infinitely consume them. Later on you get like souls that are worth like 100,000 and shit, so you just constantly just use that and then there you go, you got yourself infinite levels. So I needed, what was it? 15 dex and 13 strength. So we'll get the base requirements for that. What we'll do... So endurance was, yeah, okay, so endurance is max stam and equip load, which I'm going to up to 15. It's going to be my next thing to do, I think. Because I want to be rolling fast. I got me a pokey stick. No, I don't need to go back down there, so I'm just going to pop up here. So here's the thing too as well. This is something that you can actually really easily miss. Is you can actually go back to the Undead Asylum. And you go back there and you fight like a, I guess you could call it a secret boss. That, you know that dude that we were looking at through the bars right at the very, very start? You basically fight him. And there's also a bunch of Black Knights there, which are dicks. First place we want to go is the Undead Burg, which is up yonder way. Fatty ahead. Player message, FYI. Bloodstain. Those little bloodstains there are where other people have died, and you can actually click on them, and like you'll see how they died. If I click on this. Oh, you you see a lot of that. Just people rolling over the edge. They've either panicked or just done what I just almost did. Plunging attacks are my favourite thing, but I'm not going to because I'd rather not die this early on in the game. That's it all. Are you going to camp behind your shield? Kick. That's one thing that I miss about. So Dark Souls 3, if you kick if like someone's guarding like that and you can break it, you get a free riposte off on them. Same as, you know, NPCs, like enemies like that. So if you kick their shield, you get a riposte and get a fuck ton of damage and probably one-shot them. Let's see. How many of you guys tried that jump and failed? Poor lass. Yep. See ya! Oh, he's the one. You stupid. So he was fighting that guy, tried to pop an Estus to heal, and then perished. Because in this game, you don't move. You can't move while you're eating Estus. But you can in, I think Dark Souls 2 introduced that, actually. Hello, Poppet. debating just how much of this game that I actually want to skip, because there's this one area that I almost always skip, called Blighttown. And anybody who knows anything about Dark Souls would have heard of Blighttown, because it is a fucking cancer. It is the worst area in this game. It's just an absolute fucking pain in the ass to navigate. And then you've got fucking enemies coming at you as well while you're trying to navigate this bloody hellscape. It's not fun. Which is why I like to ignore it. But for the stream, I shall go through it for you. Broken Straight Sword, sweet. Love it. That can actually be turned into a really good weapon later on. Well, I think it's really good, but it's a matter of opinion. Depending on who you ask is whether or not it's a good weapon or not. Drop any? No, bastard. This is another area that a lot of people would probably miss, because why would you smash barrels, bro? Grab a humanity. Humanity is important. Well, not so much in this game, but in Dark Souls 2, humanity was really important. Because, it's what determined your max health, basically. In Dark Souls 3, it's even less important. But in Dark Souls 3, it's called Embers. I don't know if you guys just heard that, but I'm gonna pretend it didn't happen. As you can probably tell, I'm kind of a badass. Dodging crossbow bolts and shit. Oh, you got body blocked. You poor bastard. Alright, now there is a bonfire in that room, but I'm not going to go and touch it yet. Because when you touch a bonfire, it respawns all enemies. And we don't want to have to do that right now. Sometimes. Like when you're fighting with a curved sword, you can't actually kick. It does like this little twirly kick thing instead. Twirly like slash thing instead. And it doesn't actually break their guard, so...
Well, now,
just
you seem to have your
shield
wits
like an idiot.
then you are a welcome. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
Everything? Alright. We only really need... What do we need from you? Not really anything, honestly. I mean, we've got a spear, it's better than that. I do actually need that. I don't need a shield. Maybe get... Don't really need too many arrows either. So we're not going to be really using the bow for much. Mostly just to poke at stuff. There is one particular enemy that I want to poke at, because it makes getting past him a lot easier. Ow. Gotcha. I will eventually run a shield as well, but there's one particular shield that I want because it increases stamina regeneration even when it's like on your back. So since I'm using a two-handed, since I'm using my spear mostly two-handed, I'll be getting the free stamina regen. However, I could just use that. Idiot, whatever. I will be hopefully I want to get the Black Knight Halberd, which is, if you can get it early, that's it. The game's just won. That's the only weapon you'll need for the entire game. It's just over. Not that it's like particularly OP, it's just that it's just really good. I like it. I like it a lot. Bonfire lit. And here's where the humanity comes in handy. So we pop one. Well, we need to actually pop two. So drop two of those. I'm actually going to drop these as well because I have heaps. Get a couple levels out of it. Okay, so reversing hollowing, all it really does is enable you to summon other players into your world, and also enables you to invade other worlds as, you know, a hostile. But it also increases your item find by like 100% or something, so you got twice as much chance to actually find something. And now kindling, see down the bottom there how I have 9 Estus flasks? If I... Actually, you know what? I'll do this. Just a second. Chug all my Estus. All those. So, got no Estus, right? Unkindled bonfire, I get 5. Right? But now, if I was to go and kindle... See, I'm still sitting on 5. If I go and kindle it, using humanity, which is up in the top left there, that's that number. I get, yeah, 10 now. You can upgrade it further, but that's after a later boss fight. And I think you can get up to like 20 or some shit. Fucking idiot. See that masterful dodge there? Which this guy just ran off the edge as well. Already ran off. Am I being invaded? Come on. Alright. The bridge of fire! Ah, I forgot to spend all my souls. That's right. Maybe you'll learn why that's a bad idea. Now, here's one of the rules in Dark Souls. All walls are illusory. See? Black fire bombs, those are actually really damaging. At the start of the game, you can actually select those as your starting gift, and that's makes killing that first boss, like without doing it like the cheese ball the way you're supposed to, makes it like stupidly easy. Like you get 5 of them, and they just absolutely demolish him. Used master key. There you go. Another one. That's 2 already. Gold pine resin. I will be using that very shortly for the first boss fight. Wander up here. Hello, pop it. Now, all these positions and shit were learnt through rigorous trial and error. Gentlemen, another time, please. Love my spears. Okay, so here's something. Look at this big boy. Does he look scary? Because he fucking is. Sneak. This is how you sneak, by the way. Just walk real quiet, like. Try and get a free backstab on him, shall we? I missed it. Time to go. Now these guys, usually what I do with these dudes is just parry them to death. Parry and riposte, because they're really easy to do that too. around behind him. Does the job just as well. Shit. Oh no. That was almost not worth it. Missed it. Yeah, I outrange you, boy. Come on. If I get his sword, actually, that might even determine my build for the rest of the game. His sword is actually really nice as well, especially for this first boss, because the Black Knight weapons actually do extra damage to demon type enemies, which is what this first boss is. Come on. Almost got him. Trying to wake up, and with that, there we go. How heroic. Our stalwart hero has defeated the enemy by stabbing him in the back repeatedly. No, 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 no! Almost fucked it. Didn't, but almost. You're kidding yourself, boy. Now, down there is what's called the Havel Monster. And he will one-shot kill me. And he takes a long time to kill. But I'm not sure if I want to go past him yet or not. So I'm just going to go upstairs real quick. Oh, almost fall off the edge. That would have been smart. But to get to the, you need to actually go past him to get the... fucking... that Black Knight halberd that I was telling you about. Like, if you want to get it early. This here is a boss fight. I know this because of my learnings. But first what I'm going to do is jump down here, throw on this. Yes, I can use it on this weapon, okay. This could go really good or really bad. Don't know yet. We'll see. Oh, wait. Ooh, that was almost really embarrassing. Completely forgot about these dudes. Sweet. And we hop down. Get some nice rust burn on my hands. And also feet, I guess. Look at those glutes. Oh yeah, fan service. There he is. Now he can jump up here, so I've got to be quick with this. Now usually what I do is I try to get back up there again. Which, as you might have guessed, isn't always how it goes down. Fuck, no, I'm not, I will not die to you. Fuck. You can actually make him fall off the edge if you're careful, but Jesus. Alright. So I don't know who this random viewer is, but thank you for watching. Whoever you are, mysterious stranger. Random benefactor. They sometimes have stuff in them. What's that over there? Mysterious glowing. Here we meet Solaire. Everyone's favorite knight.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora,
an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time.
Just gonna open up a can real quick.
Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment. The way I
do have
see
a
it,
moment.
our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey? This pleases
Yes.
me greatly. Well then, take this.
It's very pretty.
We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
Alright. So we got the white sign soapstone. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Or what he said on the tin, I guess, whatever. What the tin said. Basically, if we want to go into other people's worlds and help them out, we just put that down. And then within a certain level range, they can summon us. And I know for a fact this scorch mark means something bad. So I'm just gonna... Fuck! I missed it. I waited too long. Go. Hello, Betty. Now, I also know if we sprint, we should have a few seconds before he actually does it again. Sorry. Yeah, down it. Yes. Down here. Kick ladder. Just like that. Shortcut. Woo! I like to keep everything at 15. At least all my main stats at 15. I don't know why. It's just a thing that I do. I think we'll keep these at about an hour as well. These videos. Same as how we did Fable. So yeah. Okay, so here's the thing too as well, for any newbies watching. You can actually... a second. I had like, 40 or 60 more arrows. You can actually get out your bow and sit here and snipe that tail. And this is a recurring theme in this game. You can actually snipe off his tail there, and it actually gives you a weapon that could actually carry you through to the end game. At least on the first playthrough. Like, it can carry you through fucking way far. Here's what we're gonna do though. We need to equip this bow. You're angry. This is a good souls farm, by the way, guys. You just come up here, make him breathe fire on all these dudes, and you get all the souls for it. But what I'm gonna do... that... then run. And that... is how we do... this asshole. As soon as we rest of this bonfire, he fucks off. Now, you can kill him, but I'm not doing that right now, because fuck that shit. That's just a lesson in futility. Ow! Why do you guys hurt so much? Because it's a Dark Souls game, Matt. And I am, of course, not wearing any armor. Also, making of why. Oh shit. Grab that. Grab what is arguably one of the best great swords in the game. Claymore. Often referred to as the Baymore. Because why wouldn't it be? Up. Can't level yet. Don't have souls actually. Yum yum yum. Breakfast of champions. That'll be my Snapchat. Oh my gosh, you guys should totally add me. Really need achievement. Vitality. Obvious. Health. Usual. Just because I'm a dick. Now, this is where you join the Sunlight Covenant. We can't yet, because you need either, I think it's like 20 faith? 15 faith? Something. Or you can actually, if you engage in jolly cooperation, you can, you reduce the faith cost to join. And then you can join the Sunlight Covenant. And all that really does is actually, as you level it up, you can get some pretty good improvements from it, actually. And as our last act of the day, stream I should say, day, because I've already back on after I have Le Dinier. So we're gonna go up here and have a chat to old mate. Hello. This guy will one-shot me, by the by, with his fuck off big sword. Should use with that. Of course, since we do no damage, we've just gotta bitch mode this. Woo! Woo! No, you die. I really do love the Black Knights, though, they're so cool. Oh, you cuck! Nope. Almost fucked that. Okay. Come on. Chug. Damn. Yes. Trying to. Oops. Surprised I didn't bounce off that actually. Come on. Yes, these are some of the more intimidating enemies that you'll just find around. But, you know, once you know how to kind of that. It's all about timing this game. All about the timing. Here's the question. Do I want to actually go down and give it a go? Ah, I'd have to walk there, that's right. This is no fucking... That's infuriating. So, there's no fast travel in this game just yet, for us. But there is actually... Like, later on you get a, sort of fast travel plot device that allows you to, travel between certain bonfires. Like, we'd be able to teleport back down here if we wanted to. You wouldn't have to walk through it all. Thankfully, it doesn't take too long, so... Just rest here. Probably gonna go a little bit over time, since we're going down to fight the Havel monster, and... Like I said earlier, he doesn't like to die. Really... with us and what we do. Gotcha. No, it's not. Crossbowman over there is actually trying to get us though. Not listening. Not listening. Woo! This is a cardinal sin of Dark Souls, by the way. Unless you're like stupidly familiar with the area, don't sprint through. Because you're gonna end up in a situation which you will not like. But I know that these guys shouldn't follow me too far down. Here we go. Got a couple of stragglers. Fantastic. Can't use any SS on these guys because I'm probably going to need it for this fight. Even though he will one-shot kill me. As mentioned before. Have a monster, hello! You're awfully attractive today. Same tactic as the Black Knights. Except this guy is more likely to hit us. Jesus Christ. Alright. Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's it. So yeah, basically that. That's why you shouldn't fuck with the Havel monster. And now in doing that, left behind a bloodstain for everyone else to look at and laugh at. It also has any liquid humanity we had on us, which is the top. Okay, so if you got the difference between liquid and hard humanity, you see the number up in the top left there, the 2 zeros? That's liquid humanity. That's humanity that I have either consumed or gathered from an enemy. Certain enemies like have a chance to give you a humanity. And hard humanity is these fuckers right here. These items. And on your bloodstain as well, you also drop all your souls that you had. See, I'm on 0 there? I think I had like 1.5k, which is nothing. I don't really care too much about it. So I'm not going to bother running back down there. At least not on stream. And yeah, since we're on 58 minutes, I might as well leave it there. And yeah, call it good for now. I'll be back on soonish. Don't know when, maybe an hour and a half, give or take. And yeah, I'll see you when I see yous. Bye for now.